Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Haws Gymnasium on the campus of West Kentucky Technical and Community College. We are here for another West Kentucky Star basketball game. Coming off a road trip to Dyersburg, Tennessee, where they played two close games but unfortunately had two losses. I'm joined today by Jamie Madden. Jamie's here and taking Jacob's place today. The rumor is that Jacob disappeared right on the day that hunting season began, but I don't know, if there's any credence to that or not. Jamie is the head coach of our local team, the Fulton County Pilots, and glad to have Jamie with us.
Always good to be here, Paul. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about today's game first. Going to be taking a stab here at the Three Rivers Raiders. What do we know about them, Jamie?
Well, Three Rivers Raiders, they're coming in today. They're coached by, a longtime great, Coach Gene Bess. I understand it's about his 49th season coaching, amongst some of the most winning coaches in college basketball. He's built a great program, and it sounds like his program's going to build him a nice arena that might even, rumor has it, might even have his name on it. But, yeah, heck of a coach, has a great program. Three Rivers is coming in here today, 1-2 record. They had won their first game. They've lost their last two, so they're coming off of a two-game skid here. So I'm sure they're going to be hungry to come in here and get a win over WKCTC
Absolutely.
today.
I'm sure they are. And I'm sure the Stars are glad to be back home as well. They had their first two games here at Haws Gymnasium and split those with a 1-1 record, and then went on the road last weekend to Dyersburg, to the Dyersburg Community College Classic. And again, played two close games, but weren't able to pull away either one of those. So they come in today with a 1-4 record. And I know that one of the players for the Stars is really near and dear to your heart. You got to coach him in high school. Talk a little bit about Dre Smith.
Yeah, being the coach at Fulton County, I might take a humble brag that I taught Dre everything he knows.
Well,
Paul, of course,
he told me that's what he said. Yes.
I don't think so. To be honest with you, I only had him for 2 seasons, but no, Dre, a special athlete, one of the most athletic players I have ever coached. Has a great outside shot, fearless at attacking the rim, which is a staple for us at Fulton County. And I was here for his first game, Paul, and I tell you, I sat up there in the stands just grinning from ear to ear like a proud papa. Like,
absolutely,
hey, that's my kid out there. But, yeah, really happy to see him here excelling and playing great basketball.
He is. Now, I know in the first two games that they played here at home, Coach Chumbler had him like the sixth man, first man off the bench. Yep. I don't know if he sustained that at Dyersburg. I didn't see those games, but it will be interesting to see if he's inched his way into the starting lineup, or if Coach Chumbler really thinks that he gives him kind of that added spark off the bench, and that he'll keep him in that spot.
Absolutely. There's those players that just seem to thrive coming off of the bench, and I don't know, that may be Dre's knack here. I know Coach Chumbler told me just a few minutes ago that Dre will more than likely be the sixth guy in today. Sometimes if it's not broke, don't fix it, and he's playing really good basketball, and yeah, we'll see how he does here.
Absolutely. Well, Jamie, looks like we've got about a minute on the clock left in warm-up time. Why don't I just send it over to you, and you can go down through and give us the starting lineups for each of the teams, the Three Rivers Raiders, and, of course, our West Kentucky Stars.
All right, sounds great. Well, Three Rivers is coached by Coach Bess, and starting for them be number 1, a guard, McGinna Jama, number 10, a guard, Boyden Ayatami. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation. I'm so sorry.
Nobody knows.
Number 20, a little easier one to pronounce, Chris Stocks. Number 31, Willie Lucas. And number 34, Jay Hines.
All right. We will stop here for our national anthem. You're watching West Kentucky Star Basketball.
The Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship offers 100% free tuition at West Kentucky Community and Technical College for courses that can prepare you for a great job in as little as 13 weeks. Get started at workreadykentucky.com.
West Kentucky Community and Technical College, we offer online classes that are flexible, affordable, and fit your life. Classes to help you make a better life for yourself and your family.
Half of the classes that I took at WKCTC were online. I took those because they were convenient, because they allowed me to go at my own pace, and they allowed me to work.
Online classes can allow you to start or advance your education while you are still working or taking care of your family.
I would say to people that are motivated and disciplined to definitely take some online classes at WKCTC.
We welcome you back to Haws Gymnasium and West Kentucky Star basketball. They're doing the player introductions at this time. I'm going to turn it back over to Jamie, and let's hear the starters for our West Kentucky Stars.
Sounds great, Paul. We got Three Rivers just a minute ago for West Kentucky. We've got number 4, Titus Fields, number 5, Dean Trail Beard, number 13, Quincy McDonald, number 32, Al McFarland, and number 55, Marshawn Morrissey.
All right, we are looking forward to West Kentucky Star basketball here on this Saturday afternoon in Haws Gymnasium as each team gathers around their coaches for some final instructions before taking the floor.
Yeah, should be an interesting game here today. You've got two teams coming in, both hungry to get back in the winning column. Should be a really great matchup and good up and down basketball.
It looks to be that way to me, just based on what I've seen thus far in warm-ups. Three Rivers seems to be a very athletic team, and as we all know, the Stars and Coach Chumbler, they like to run the floor, so it should be exciting.
It should be fun. I expect some maybe some triple-digit scores today. We might see what happens.
Absolutely.
Three Rivers does come in, to my surprise this season, averaging only 82.3 points per game. So they must be down in scoring a little bit at this point.
Three ball there taken by Sprinkle.
Oh, nice driving dish there.
Absolutely.
Nice driving dish by McDonald.
Good, yes. Nice finish there by McFarland, and the Stars lead early 2-0.
Good things happen when you attack the basket.
Absolutely. And we have some of especially our guards for the Stars are very good at that. As we've talked about earlier, Dre Smith, the sixth man coming in, and he is really good at penetrating.
Absolutely. Draw that defense in, set something up, for your teammate or even an easy layup or draw a foul for yourself. West Kentucky starting out in man-to-man defense.
Outside shot there missed by Jarrett, and the Stars will bring it back down this way.
And going to hand it right back over here to Three Rivers.
Just a little long on the pass there, Morrissey couldn't quite control it, out of bounds, and it goes back to Three Rivers.
One thing that stands out to me just right out of the gate since the last time I saw West Kentucky play is just rebounding. Already looks a little better on the boards. I was here for their first game, and they were getting beat on some rebounds quite frequently. So I believe Coach Chumbler probably made that a focal point in practice.
I would agree. I remember that first game, Jacob and I talked incessantly about the second, third, and fourth shots that they were giving the other team and how you were not going to win games that way.
That's right.
And they have definitely improved on the boards.
Nice steal there. Once again, McDonald making a strong play.
Absolutely.
He's such a solid player.
He really is. Just fundamentally sound all across the board.
I remember it might have been my second season at Fulton County. We scrimmaged Dresden one summer, and McDonald was there. And, yeah, he gave us a hard time that day.
I can't imagine. He is, as we just said, he's just fundamental and quite an athlete. Nice feed there and a basket by Jay Hines of the Raiders.
Both teams playing good, solid man-to-man defense.
Good sell by Morrissey there.
Mm-hmm. Never hurts to flail about.
Absolutely. Sometimes you can catch a referee's eye that way and find yourself shooting free throws. Or maybe not. They may say it was not in the act of shooting.
Yeah, it looks like Steve said that one's on the floor, gang.
That's the first foul on Jay Hines and the first team foul.
Go, push.
And again, only allowing one shot. Good rebound. Good board work by the Stars. And
nice. Strong take. Great follow.
Great follow by Morrissey.
Yep. He did. Got bumped there. Forced a couple extra steps.
A few extra steps and a turnover for the Stars. 6-5 coming down to the 17-minute mark in the first half. Three-point basket there by Sprinkle. And thus far, it looks like the Raiders guards enjoy that three-point shot. That's about the third or fourth one they've put up already in this game.
Yeah, I covered their game here last year, and I remember a barrage of threes.
Ah, very nice. Nice answer there by Deantrell Beard. And there goes another one in and out by Willie Lucas. And the ball goes out of bounds to the Stars. Maybe a little.
Three Rivers showing just a little bit of a little token pressure.
Right.
Not going to take too many chances. Oh my gosh, that is a strong move right there.
You're not kidding.
Stop, step back three.
Beautiful.
That'll keep him playing for a few more years, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Somewhere else eventually.
Yes. That was a nice strong take there by Jarrett of the Raiders. McDonald out at the top of the key, calling out a change in the play. Give and go, and looks like we're going to have a foul. That's going to be on number 4 of the Raiders. That's Tristan Jarrett. That'll be his first personal foul and the second team foul.
I love the way West Kentucky looks to attack the basket. They've done it now 2 or 3 times. They've drawn fouls. Sooner or later, that's where those threes are going to come from, which, clearly there was a kick out for one just a second ago.
Right.
But you force Three Rivers to collapse, and then now all of a sudden that 3 line opens up.
Absolutely. And we talked about him earlier. The 6th man coming off the bench, Dre Smith, makes his first appearance in the game.
Right. And, I'll freely admit I might be a little partial to this player, but pretty proud of this kid.
As well you should be. Don't blame you a bit. I don't know Dre at all. I've just announced some of his games, and I was proud when he did well that first game. So.
Looks like he's really starting to adjust to the speed of the college game now.
Absolutely. Didn't take him long either.
It did. About a half.
Exactly. He was a little tentative at first, you could tell, but he caught on quickly. Yes. Nice feed there and a basket by Morrissey. Morrissey's been a big, strong inside presence for the Stars this year. Glad to have him in the post.
I like this full court man pressure from West Kentucky.
3-point shot, Willie Lucas.
Willie Lucas with a 3-point shot there for Three Rivers, and it's 16-13, just under 15 minutes in the first half.
Wow. Paul, this is fun.
Oh, it is. It is nonstop action.
This is fun.
The pace is very entertaining.
If you like to watch the ball going through the hoop, this is a good game to watch.
Absolutely. Ooh, nice inside move there by Jay Hines, and a basket for the Raiders.
Good job, Jay. Defense now. Defense, Black.
Both teams seem to be content to stick to this man-to-man defense. Traveling called against Three Rivers, and the ball will go back to West Kentucky. Three new players coming in for Three Rivers.
Get a look here at number 12, Talon Fonda.
Yeah, we'll see what their bench players have to offer.
Yeah, it looks like Three Rivers defensively is they're going to kind of give up that baseline a little bit to West Kentucky, and 2 times in a row it's been a trap.
Absolutely.
2 turnovers. West Kentucky may need to maybe settle for that short corner jumper right there instead of penetrating too deep.
Foul was called there on the offensive end on number 31, Willie Lucas, his first and the team third. Trying to feed the ball inside there to Morrissey, and a turnover. And again, those Raiders like
to heave that three, don't they?
They like to shoot the 3 ball.
That one was beyond the NBA line.
That was deep. That was a deep 3.
Yeah, and from my angle, I thought it was good. Thought he had it.
22, Lamont Bell checking in for West Kentucky.
Little baseline action, inbound play here by Three Rivers. Come out, set it up, and what do you know, another 3.
Another 3 ball.
Yep.
Talon Fonda, the one we just talked about, came off the bench for the Raiders and came in and knocked down a 3 and gave the Raiders a 2-point lead.
Proves that the bank is still open after 3 o'clock on a Saturday, right?
Exactly. We have a held ball here between Morrissey and Fonda. And it looks like the possession arrow is pointing to the Stars.
Good job, Kalon.
DeAntrell Beard will check back in for West Kentucky.
Defense.
Oh, nice. Nice, beautiful cut to the basket there by Dre.
Good pass. Perfect. Not good defense. No rotation over to help on that one. And 1.
Yes, sir. Basket by DeAntrell Beard and a foul.
Good, strong finish.
Foul's going to be on number 12, Fonda. That'll be his first team foul, number 4. And DeAntrell will see if he can complete the 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
That's right. He held on strong there to finish right through contact. Got a substitution here. Number 1 coming back in, Jama for Three Rivers.
And if I was a basketball player and had his name, I would say it was Jama.
Jama, that's right.
But you may be right. It may be Jama. But for basketball purposes, I'd tell everybody I'm Jama.
Just call me Jama.
Exactly. Oh, nice steal there by Dre.
Getting a steal.
Boom.
Go, kid.
That's got to make an old coach proud right there.
Just want to remind everybody that's my former player right there.
That's exactly right. Jamie Madding taught him that.
And anybody that knows me well knows that I did not teach him that. The best I could ever do was touch the rim. Glad to see Dre finish that dunk. I know he missed one that he would really like to have back on that first game.
Yes.
But when he adjusted. But
really fast-paced and competitive game thus far. Tied at 23 with 11.5 left in the first half.
Gosh. Both teams putting up 23 points, and we've not even completed the first quarter of the game. Yeah.
Oh, mercy.
Nice follow.
Nice follow there by Fonda. Caught it as it was coming off the rim and sent it back home.
Tell you what, we're on pace right now for about, 100?
Well, you said
keep this.
You said as we began we could be looking at triple digits, and I think you're going to be pretty safe with that prediction.
I might have underestimated, right?
Exactly.
I love to see DeAndre hit the floor, sacrifice his body, come up with that ball.
Good hustle there by Dre. Just pass was in a position where he could not keep his body in bounds. Got a few players checking in here, I believe. And we're going to have Three Rivers inbounding just right in front of us.
Nice entry.
Nice inbound pass to Morrissey. Morrissey
and one.
He is strong. He's strong down low. I'm impressed.
Putting that good wide body to use down there. Little contact doesn't bother him.
Jashad Fleming, number 21, now checking in for the Stars. And Morrissey at the line, trying to complete the three-point play.
There you go. Shooter's roll.
31, Willie Lucas checking back in for the Raiders.
Really impressed with Marshawn's ability to just get up. I mean, he's a thick guy, thick, strong kid, and his ability to get up and down the floor.
Absolutely. Jamison Hicks, number 52, checking in for the Stars, seeing his first action of the afternoon.
I believe this is going to be a game of endurance. Whoever's going to have the most ponies in the stable, and probably not going to see a whole lot of separation in this game until about halfway through the second half, and we're going to find out who's got the juice.
I think you are exactly right, and it may come down to how strong is your bench.
Yeah.
A nice breakaway there and dunk by Talon Fonda. And that puts the Raiders back up by one.
For probably about the third or fourth lead change of this game.
Yes. It has gone back and forth, and as you just said, I think you are correct. It will probably stay that way for the majority of this game.
Now Coach Chumler, he's going to tell Jamison there, don't bring that ball down. As soon as he caught that ball, he brought it down.
Exactly.
Guys, you're a big guy. You got to keep that ball high. Make them reach for it. More than likely, they'll foul you. You can't bring it down there where the little guys can get it.
And see, that's why it's good to have you here. As a coach, you're going to notice those things. I would have just said, he lost the ball.
Yeah. I tell you what, I have been impressed with Jamison there. I mean, another thick kid, strong kid, and man, I mean, he's nimble on his feet. He can move around.
He really can. He's going to have to quit fouling though, or he's not going to stay on the floor very long.
Yeah. Well, as I'm saying that, he doesn't move his feet and reaches with his hands, and it gets you every time.
Yes.
Play defense with your feet and your legs, not with your hands.
He's been out there about a minute and a half off the clock, and he got his second foul. And the Raiders hit another one of their three-pointers, and they're up 30-26 with 9 minutes remaining in the first half. basket there by Lucas.
These teams can get up and down the floor.
They really.
I love it. This is my favorite style of basketball. So I have to remember I have to announce a game here and not just enjoy watching it.
It is easy to just kind of get caught up in watching them go. The pace is just so fast. You just see something all the time.
Oh, yep.
Basket by Jarrett, and I think we're going to need to have a timeout here, Jamie.
Coach Chumbler says, let's talk this over because this thing went from 1 to 8 in 2 blinks.
Absolutely. 8-point lead, 8:27. Let's take a break with them. You're listening to And we're back to Haws Gymnasium and West Kentucky Star basketball. 8:27 remaining in the first half. Playing the Three Rivers Raiders today, and they just went on a run, and they are up by 8 at this point, 34-26.
Back after a quick 30-second break, 30-second timeout from Coach Chumbler. Just wanted to talk things over a little bit. A couple turnovers led to easy transition buckets for Three Rivers, and they're the type of team that's going to thrive on that.
Absolutely.
That's how you go from a 1-point lead to an 8-point lead in a matter of about 45 seconds.
Didn't take him long. Oh, nice strong to the hole there by Beard.
Another and one play. Boy, that tandem of Beard and Marshawn Morrissey. Wow, that's 2 bruisers down low.
Absolutely, right there. Absolutely.
And both of them, they must just spend a lot of time in practice welling on those guys and finishing through contact because they are great at it.
They are strong in the lane. They definitely are, and very often will get 3-point play opportunities because they'll hit the bucket and draw the foul. Unfortunately, not able to complete the 3-point play.
West Kentucky just going to have to get down, play some defense, get some stops, and that's not one right there. Get themselves back on the line.
Jarrett.
I would fully expect to see Coach Chumbler. I think he's probably delayed this press just a little bit because of the style of this team, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't try to mix it up just a little bit, throw a little press on these guys, try to increase some possessions, see what happens.
Little turnaround there by Beard, came up short, and they are, oh my.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, my. Big get-up dunk by Austin Parker of the Raiders.
My goodness. And, you know, he never really got control of it. He just guided the ball through the rim right there. And boy, West Kentucky just all of a sudden finding a little rim on the basket. It happens sometimes. So I tell my kids in these, you just got to get stops. You know, get stops. Get stops so you can get shots.
Nice rebound there by Beard. He was falling out of bounds and thought ahead long enough to turn around and throw it off one of the Raider players to maintain possession of the ball.
There you go. West Kentucky gets a needed stop, regains possession, set things up here. Little horn action. One of the most popular sets these days in basketball, and there's so many things you can do out of that, you know, that horn setup. But, you know, 2 players at the elbows, 2 in the corners, and then, you know, the possibilities are endless.
Absolutely. They continue, the coach there, Coach Best, does a good job of rotating players.
He really does.
They must have a pretty good bench and pretty good depth on the team, but he keeps the players fresh that way, which in a game like this may pay off dividends in the long run.
Absolutely. That's huge.
Well, the Stars trailing by 10, but they're bringing it back down this way. McDonald, again, driving strong to the hole and gets rewarded for it.
McDonald, strong attack. Gets himself to the line. Stop the clock. Catch your breath. Take your time, knock down these 2 foul shots.
Fouls on Aaron Tate of the Raiders. That's his second personal foul, and we're up to the 7th team foul. So the Stars will be in the bonus from this point forward.
I tell you what, that is a pretty release McDonald's got right there.
Hey, I'm just impressed with him all around. Just his shot, just his finesse, just athleticism.
Strength.
Absolutely.
He's got a strong core. That one bounces off the rim.
We praised him a little too much, Coach.
Yeah, we jinxed him. It happens every time.
It will. No doubt.
Tell you what, we're 5-6 minutes here from halftime, and we've not seen a blink of zone, either team. And,
no.
These are not zoning teams. These are full man teams, which in my book is the best defense to play.
There you go.
Love man-to-man. You obviously have to have the athletes to play it and play it effectively and stay in front of your man and rotate and help. But, boy, these two teams are great at it.
Timeout, 3 Rivers.
All right, we're going to take a timeout on the floor, and we will send it back to the truck at this time. We'll take a break with them. You're watching West Kentucky Star basketball. All right, we're back at Haws Gymnasium, and action is back underway. Stars driving down the floor, and a nice foul right there by DeAndre Beard.
Officials might have missed a little one right there, but Beard got the points. Just didn't hang a foul.
Could have been rewarded with a, oh my. Got the ball down low, good basket there by Fonda. And a little under 5.5 minutes in the first half. The Raiders up by 9.
You know, you see how strong Three Rivers looks, and it's obvious they're being coached by a coach that's been in the game for 49. I mean, these guys, they talk on defense, they rotate, they can shoot. I mean, they just have all the fundamentals, and, wow, they play hard.
Absolutely.
Great-looking team.
Fundamentally, just very, very sound. Good ball movement, good movement away from the ball from all the players, good rotation. As you just said, I can tell they're very well coached, and another nice take to the bucket there.
Perfect blend of outside shooting and you know, basket attacking, and it's a hard team to guard.
Basket there was by Jarrett of the Raiders, and he'll be at the line trying to complete the three-point play. And that extends the Raiders' leads to double digits at this point. Nice block there by the Raiders that went off one of the star players out of bounds, and it'll be Three Rivers ball.
Well, Daniels has to be a little bit careful there. You know, I was watching him on that inbound pass. You know, the right official is going to call a foul there, him reaching. You know, he had got blocked, and sometimes players have a tendency, you know, they make a little mistake. You know, you get blocked, it's off you, and now you want to hurry up and get it back, you know. And so you got to kind of calm your jets, calm your nerves there a little bit. Just get down, play defense.
Absolutely.
Don't have to make up for that mistake right away.
Just see that happen so often when you've made a mistake and you're trying to make up for the mistake you've made, and you end up making another mistake.
Exactly. That dude didn't touch any form of metal on that shot.
Mr. McDonald.
Nothing but net.
Glad to have him on my team.
McDonald brings it right back to an 8-point deficit here.
Unfortunately, not a time we need to give away offensive rebounds.
Exactly. There we go.
Never a good time for that, but especially when you're trying to get back into a ball game.
Chumbler calls out the set. Red. Box set.
Defense!
And it's going to be off of a Three Rivers leg.
So the Stars will inbound underneath their own basket. We'll see if Coach Chumbler's got any special out of bounds underneath your basket plays.
That one he ran previously where Dre slipped through to the middle for the score. I like that. I kind of made a little note of that one.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a pretty play earlier in the game, definitely. And held him to one shot that trip down the floor.
Kick to McDonald for three.
Oh, just
in and out. That shot was half down.
Yes, it was. I thought when he let it go, it was going in. And they answer on the other end with another one of their patented three-pointers by Willie Lucas. And Raiders find themselves back up by double digits by 12.
Dribble handoff. Donald can't complete the play.
And I think Coach Chumbler has seen enough. They've extended the lead to 14. West Kentucky Star basketball.
One of the things that was valuable to me with the education I received with mechanical engineering is problem solving. I use problem solving every day, whether it be dealing with a personnel issue or whether it be dealing with something that's failed within the facility. Some of the reasons I came to WKCTC were, for one, the affordability, but then also the fact that there's fewer distractions here. My degree with WKCTC has been able to improve my life significantly because of all the extra resources that were available to me and a lot of the things I've been able to accomplish that I wouldn't have without this degree.
Welcome back to Haws Gymnasium, West Kentucky Star basketball. Stars just under 3 minutes here in the first half. They're trailing by 14 and have the ball coming down on their end of the floor. Nice strong drive there by Morrissey, just didn't quite finish.
Yep. Thought he had it. West Kentucky's going to get that one back.
There we go. And I'll be interested to see, as you talked about it a while ago, Jamie, if and when Coach Chumbler will.
Mercy, what a finish.
That was amazing.
My goodness.
Al McFarland. One of our two sophomores, Mr. McFarland. Fine job there.
There is some athletes on this floor.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And they are fun to watch because of that. How long do you think Coach Chumbler will hold off on maybe doing some full court pressure or trap?
I'm sure he's probably a little bit leery of it. I mean, just, with Three Rivers' ability to shuffle guys in and out.
Right.
And, they're probably going to be a hard team to press. I'm sure he's probably a little bit concerned trying to press these guys. He doesn't want this thing to go from 12 to 20. He's going to have to believe in it, but I would suspect, he's a pressing coach, and I would suspect he'll throw that 2-2-1 out there. Or a little full court man, probably sooner than later. I bet if this thing gets any worse, we see it.
I would imagine that as well. Just to see how they would respond to it. Like you said, I think they would respond well.
Yeah, sometimes you press for different reasons. Sometimes Dre Smith with a three out of the corner.
Beautiful shot. Just a real quick catch and release.
Mm-hmm.
And that's nice. Brings the lead back under 10 now.
Yep. Hats off to Coach Chumbler. I can't speak for the other players. I'm impressed with their ability, but I really see some growth out of Dre since he's been up here. Coach Chumbler's doing a great job with him.
That looked like a little, I'm going to act like I got hit, fall down, and maybe I'll get a call, and it worked.
And it works. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
And Khalil Johnson will be at the line, and I think he's probably going to be shooting three. I think he was fouled on a three-point shot.
Extends this lead back up to 10. Be interesting. I might make a slight prediction here. We'll see what happens. But coming out of the second half, I wonder if Coach Chumbler might change things up a little bit and just see what a little press looks like on these guys.
That I would not be surprised to see that, just to see how they reacted to it, see if we could get a couple of quick turnovers and baskets and switch momentum back over to the Stars.
Yep. You know, clearly you're pressing, you want to create turnovers, but sometimes even if the press gets broken by the other team, if you force them into a quick shot that you can get the rebound, that's as good as a turnover.
Excellent point.
It's another, possession. So, but if you're going to give up layups and dunks, it's not a good idea,
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, I know Coach Chumbler really wants to. So that might be a halftime adjustment. Might come out to start the second half, maybe with a little 22.
Morrissey was fouled, and Stars are in the bonus, so he's shooting 1 and 1. And for a big man, he has a nice shot.
Good backspin on that ball.
Absolutely.
Hand in the cookie jar finish. It's perfect. Takes his time, finds the groove in the basketball, and puts it right through the net.
And we're under a minute in the first half, 10-point lead for Three Rivers. And strong drive to the basket there by Johnson, and he's fouled. 32, McFarland.
Help rotations a little late, results in a foul.
And it's the second on Mr. McFarland. Both teams in the bonus right now as far as the team fouls. DeAndre Beard checks back in for the Stars. Talon Fonda, number 12, checking back in for Three Rivers.
Three Rivers showing just a little token pressure. Just letting you know we're here. Want to make it a little difficult for you to get in your offense. How did he come up with that ball?
No idea, but a very strong rebound and follow-up there by DeAndre Beard. And we'll see if the Raiders hold it for one shot. Looks like they will. Three-pointer. Well, they gave him a 2. That's the end of the first half. 55-43, Raiders lead. You're watching West Kentucky Star Basketball.
The Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship offers 100% free tuition at West Kentucky Community and Technical College for courses that can prepare you for a great job in as little as 13 weeks. Get started at workreadykentucky.com.
My name is Jessica Schmerda, and I go to West Kentucky. A year ago, I was in a dark place, and West Kentucky has really helped me to become a better person, being a single mother with 2 children. I realized that working in that dead-end job was not going to make it, so I'm doing this for my children, and with the faculty and staff here, they have helped me tremendously. Every day, I'm a new person. Every day, I'm able to grow better and stronger inside and out. Where I was last year is not who I am today.
I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps. I got out and I still didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. And then I started looking at the machinist program here at West Kentucky. One of the things that I found that was at West Kentucky that wasn't at the other universities, they want to see you succeed and go on to be successful in your career. Coming back to college when you're 34, it's outside your comfort zone. But I was able to get in here and get comfortable and meet guys that are going through some of the same things that I'm going through.
Welcome back to Haws Gymnasium and West Kentucky Star basketball here on the campus of West Kentucky Technical and Community College. It's halftime. Stars are trailing the Three River Raiders 55-43 at the half. Jamie, I'll switch it over to you and give us some insights to what you saw there in the first half, and coming from the coaching perspective, what you think Coach Chumbler is probably talking to the guys about as far as what they need to work on for the second half.
Yep. Well, it comes down to defense, and I'm hesitant. West Kentucky clearly a great defensive team. You're just playing a great offensive team in Three Rivers, but this is going to come down to getting stops. We can't. You can't let Three Rivers score every trip down the floor, whether it's a 3 or whether it's a 2. So it's going to be about defense and coming up with some stops. I would be curious to see if Coach Chumbler might try to, his patented 2-2-1 press maybe coming out in the second half, just to maybe give these guys a look of something, just a little bit different. It's not panic time. They're down by 12 points, and, they'd cut it to 8 and back down by 12 and cut it to, 9 and back down 11, so on and so forth. But I'm pretty sure, the discussion in the locker room right now is, rotating. They've been a little bit slow on a couple of rotations, which has resulted in some fouls and put Three Rivers on the line where they've converted. But, yeah, you're going to have to get some stops. And so, he may try to come up with a few of those stops in the form of a press, be it maybe a full court man, 22. I know, for me at times when there's been some teams I'm a little bit leery of press, we tell our guys, okay, let's pick them up full man. It just kind of helps. It's a little harder to beat, but maybe not take so many chances. Just kind of get a little pressure on the ball, maybe a little run and jump here or there. So we'll see. But I know Coach Chumbler, I know he likes to press, and I know he probably would have already liked to here in the first half, but with a team as good as Three Rivers, you know, if it's not if it's not an efficient press, it's going to result in some dunks and some layups. So,
absolutely, good insights there, and I appreciate having Jamie here from the coaching perspective, because although he's not literally in the locker room, he's been in the locker room so many times. He kind of knows Coach Chumler's mind and what he's seen and what Coach Chumler is going to tell the guys they need to work on for the second half. One of the things, Jamie, we noted was the strong rotation that Three Rivers had as far as players coming off the bench and not really losing much, if anything, from the starters you had out there before them, and the very balanced scoring from Three Rivers.
Absolutely. And, you know, that shows up. I mean, I'm looking here at the totals. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different players hitting the scoring column.
It's amazing.
I mean, that's good. And what a balanced attack. I mean, right now I'm showing Jama with 3 points, Dickerson with 5, Jarrett with 14. Mimi, I'm butchering that name, with 2. I'm so sorry. Fonda with 9. Stocks with 2. Sprinkle with 5. Lucas with 9. Parker with 2. And Hines with 4. Whereas when we look over to the West Kentucky scoring column, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players hitting the scoring column, half as many. We've got Dre coming in with 7 points, Dre Smith, Dentrell Beard with 10, McDonald with 11, Bell with 4, and Morrissey with 11. You know, the big guy, some of those and one plays resulting in tying McDonald for, leading the team in scoring, both of those players with 11. So, but yeah, you know, coming back to Three Rivers, as you pointed out, Paul, you know, that Coach Bess's ability to shuffle players in and out and keep guys out of foul trouble and keep legs fresh and just keep getting those, you know, those easy transition buckets. You take a look at the books and you got 10 players in the scoring column.
That's
nice.
Really amazing.
Yeah.
10 players in the first half that have put their mark in the scorebook already as far as scoring at least a basket. Basically, what do you think we're going to see? We talked about a little bit about the possibility of him coming out in a press, seeing if they could create some turnovers, and as you mentioned before, even if not the turnover, maybe they could get a quick shot and get some transition baskets off of those. It's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah,
we've got a little over 2 minutes left in the warm-up period here at the half, and we will take it off to a break. West Kentucky Star basketball here at WKCTC.
The Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship offers 100% free tuition at West Kentucky Community and Technical College for courses that can prepare you for a great job in as little as 13 weeks. Get started at workreadykentucky.com.
At West Kentucky Community and Technical College, we offer online classes that are flexible, affordable, and fit your life. Classes to help you make a better life for yourself and your family.
Half of the classes that I took at WKCTC were online. I took those because they were convenient, because they allowed me to go at my own pace, and they allowed me to work.
Online classes can allow you to start or advance your education while you are still working or taking care of your family.
I would say to people that are motivated and disciplined to definitely take some online classes at WKCTC.
The Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship offers 100% free tuition at West Kentucky Community and Technical College for courses that can prepare you for a great job in as little as 13 weeks. Get started at workreadykentucky.com.
After I retired, I needed a purpose. The main reason I came back to school was to be a role model for my son. West Kentucky, they literally guided me all the way.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Haws Gymnasium here on the campus of West Kentucky Technical and Community College. We are just finishing up halftime. Just a few seconds left on the clock, and we will be starting our second half action. We've talked a little bit about what we expect to see, and again, what the Stars may need to do to get back into this ball game. And we'll see just exactly what Coach Chumbler told them at halftime and see if they're able to come out and execute it on the floor.
You know, I appreciate these two teams, their athletic ability. You know, I'm not a zone defense guy. I like man. I think most people who appreciate defense prefer man. I mean, it's the best, and I mean, we've not seen 1 second of it. But
no,
these are not teams you really want to zone. Both teams can knock down the three, and you know, you might see a little splash of it here or there. It'll be, you know, let's see what happens in this second half. It'll be fun to see what Coach Chumbler and Coach Bess has up their sleeves.
Absolutely. Well, the Stars start out with the first possession of the second half. And unfortunately, they start the second half out with a foul on Marshawn Morrissey on the offensive end.
Yep. Coach Chumbler looks like he did not agree with that call.
No, he does not.
Coaches don't always agree with the ref. Sometimes we have to say, you know, Mr. Ref, I strongly disagree.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's said differently than that.
And Three Rivers picks up kind of where they left off in the first half with another three-pointer, that one by Chris Stocks.
Not the start that West Kentucky wanted. Come down, first possession, foul under the basket, hand Three Rivers the ball, and they come down and make a three. But McDonald comes back and answers and says, all right, I got this, Coach.
Good answer by McDonald on an offensive end.
I tell you what, he was a handful in high school, but wow, he is much improved at the college level.
And as you said earlier, if he continues on this path, he will probably be continuing his college career.
Absolutely. 3 years left to play someplace else.
Absolutely.
Which is a neat advantage, you know, for players, you know, at this level, to be able to come here to West Kentucky and, you know, get 2 valuable years of college basketball under your belt.
Absolutely.
And then still be able to go someplace else, you know, and have 3 years of eligibility left. That's a nice selling point.
It really is. That is a big advantage to the community college and what they have to offer, and we're glad to have these guys come through and stay a year or two here and play for the Stars and get to know them. And then it's fun to follow them as they leave here and go to other places as well.
Yeah. And be able to say, yeah, he used to play for us.
Exactly. Morrissey at the line, unfortunately misses the first of 2 shots. Number 12, Talon Fonda, will be checking back in for the Raiders. Morrissey gets a shooter's roll on that one.
Morrissey able to bounce that one in. Cuts the deficit to 13. I was going to say, Mr. Ref, if that's not over the back, I don't know what is.
Exactly. That one was called. Willie Lucas with the foul for the Raiders. And I think, Jamie, that's what we need. Some quick shots down on this end and either quick transition with rebounds or getting fouls like that. But we need a few stops to get back in this game.
Ref taking note that the shot clock hasn't started. Okay, and we get things underway. Sideline inbound. McDonald for 3.
Nice offensive rebound there by McFarland.
Gosh, boy, he's got a really quick second jump. That's like the second or third. He's one of those guys that he gets it off, he misses, and he's back up rebounding it before before the defense even reacts. Hands up.
Oh, nice block there by Morrissey. And Coach, that's what we were talking about.
That's right. Smallest guy on the floor.
Titus Fields with a nice take there, and we've got the lead back under 10 at this point, 9-point lead.
You see West Kentucky kind of ratchet up the intensity a little bit, but maybe a little bit too intense with the hand grab.
Yep, foul there on number 32, McFarland.
McFarland with a great rebound, great defensive stop. Did exactly what a good defender will do down low on the block, and that's just wall up and get those hands up and just make it hard. Make it hard for the offensive player to score.
Foul on the other end by number 31 of the Raiders, Lucas. And that's going to send Beard to the line for the Stars. He'll shoot 2.
He's spent a decent amount of time at the line here today.
He has.
He's been there a few times.
Yes, he has. Daniels will check back in for the Stars.
Brings West Kentucky back within 8. Chance to cut this thing to 7. Okay, he makes. And West Kentucky retreats. Still going to pick them up half court.
Absolutely.
But at this point, they've got the lead within 7. Not taking too many defensive chances. And it's working.
Absolutely. And yeah, not even 3 minutes into the second half and already cut the lead to 7. You can keep chopping away like that. You're back in the ball game. Of course, the other team keeps chopping away as well.
Yep. Well, that's a pretty stroke.
That is.
Sprinkle's got.
There are 2 guards really catch and shoot very, very well. That's a foul on Hayden Sprinkle, number 30. Fields with kind of a sloppy pass. Leads to a dunk on the other end by Fonda.
A strong dunk.
Yes, sir.
Three Rivers extends that lead exactly as they did in the first half, and that is grabbing the defensive rebound and running.
Absolutely.
We, on our team, we call that R to R. We say we want a R to R. We want a rebound to run. We want to get defensive rebounds and run. We'd rather not run a single set. We'd rather not run any offense. We'd just rather, the easiest offense, just get that defensive rebound, get it down the floor, push
Absolutely.
it. And then if it's not there, okay, we'll back it out and we'll set something up. But Three Rivers doing an exceptional job of that this afternoon.
Yes, they are. Dre Smith and Lamont Bell check in for the Stars. Raiders have extended that lead back to 13 with just a little over 16 minutes left in the second half.
And guess who's going to go back to the line?
Mr. Morrissey.
Mr. Marshawn Morrissey again.
Again, just strong under the board. Not afraid of contact. He's going to take it up strong. And as we've talked about, Coach, you oftentimes will get rewarded for doing that.
Absolutely. Three Rivers is they've got a cupboard full of athletes, no doubt, but they don't have one of those. There's not a Marshawn Morrissey on that team.
Absolutely.
And looks like Coach Chumbler figured that out and says we're going to get him the ball a little bit.
Let's feed him, and good things generally happen for the Stars when they do.
And if he steps to the line and makes 2 for 2 each time, hey, that's a good possession. You scored 2 points and you hung a foul on Three Rivers.
Absolutely.
Only problem there is they got an over-the-back foul on Sprinkle over Dre. I was going to say the only problem with that foul is when Three Rivers is playing 10, 11 players.
Yes.
It doesn't hurt quite as bad.
Definitely. We'll take any kind of turnover or missed shot on this end to help us get back in the ball game on the other end, but unfortunately we gave it right back.
Yep.
And follow-up basket there by Austin Parker of Three Rivers.
Smith comes back, pushes the issue, forces a foul on Three Rivers there on the floor, and we'll take it out. I was kind of thinking, this may be a little bit out of control, but it's all right. He drew a foul.
The opposing team felt like it was a charge, but that was not the call. Of course, the opposing team always thinks it's,
Exactly. Yeah.
Just like we always think when it's the home team.
It's funny how that works.
Exactly. All right, West Kentucky Star basketball under their own basket. But we're going to have a little conference over at the scorers table first.
Yeah, there's been a problem here this afternoon with the shot clock. I'm not really sure that the time's not gone up much. Not that it's really been needed in this game.
Excellent point.
I think,
yes.
I think each team's average possession time is maybe, 8-9 seconds?
Maybe, yes. Something like that. It's definitely – none of them, I don't think, have ever threatened the 30 on the shot clock.
Not at all. And maybe that's why they're like, you know what, my finger hurts flipping it on and off so much, so I'm not even going to worry about it.
Exactly. Okay, I think the referee is explaining to Coach Best that that was the 7th team foul. And so it should have been a 1-and-1 instead of the ball taken out of bounds.
My goodness, those came fast.
Yes, they did. We're not even 5 minutes.
And not even
into the second half, and Stars already in the bonus. So Dre Smith will be at the line. He was the one that was fouled on that occasion, and it'll be a 1-and-1. And just like his high school coach taught him, drops in the front end.
I'll tell you what, there was many times last season with Dre as a senior, it was get the ball in his hands. He led our team in free throw shooting, and it continues at the college level. He finished the year, I don't know, he had several games he shot anywhere from 80 to 100% at the end of the season. On the season, he was about 70%. Because he missed a few kind of early on that he had to dig out of that percentage hole, but yeah.
And unfortunately, the Raiders come down and again hit another of their three-pointers. Don't know how many of those they've hit on the day, but it's been they have been numerous.
Smith with a wide open three.
Dre going to try to answer on that end. Dre with a nice rebound.
Dre with a rebound, attacks the rim, and he's going to go back to the line.
Took it up strong,
and he'll shoot
two.
I don't know.
All right, Dre Smith back at the line for the Stars. Hits the first. Number 52, Jamison Hicks will check in for the Stars. Number 1, Jama coming back in for the Raiders. And Dre hits both of them. 14-46, lead cut to 12.
Dre's going to pad that point total with some easy free throws.
Foul there, I think, was on Daniels of the Stars. Be nice to get a few stops in a row on the defensive end. Not going to do it that way.
Yeah. Fonda, he is an athlete.
Yes.
He's had some high-flying dunks, and he can really spring off the floor.
Yes, he's the one who just a few minutes ago here in the second half put one down with authority.
He did, right in front of us.
McDonald back into the game for the Stars. And immediately pulls down a board, and the Stars are off and running.
McDonald with a three.
Long distance three.
And looks like Dre Smith is going to go back to the line.
Dre getting good position there on Jama. Got him to come over the back there on the rebound attempt. And so Dre Smith back at the line for the Stars, shooting a 1-and-1. That was the 9th team foul, so after this it'll be double bonus, so the Stars will be shooting 2 from here on out for the remainder of the game. Really good to see on a Saturday afternoon the number of people in the stands.
Absolutely, yeah. Nice turnout this this nice brisk fall afternoon here in Paducah, Kentucky.
Absolutely.
Tell you what, we're kind of going from summer to winter out here, aren't we? Well,
yeah, I don't know what happened to fall, but yeah, it kind of was warm, and then not much of a transition. It just was cold.
I tell you, it's chilly out there.
Strong moved the basket there by Khalil Johnson of the Raiders. Didn't get the bucket, but he'll go to the line and shoot 2. I think in the first half, the Stars were the only team that got into the bonus. I think they're making up for it in the second half.
They sure are.
The Stars are about to be in the double bonus, and the Raiders have gone into the bonus.
2 nice-looking free throws there by Johnson.
Yes, the Raiders have some athletes, to say the least.
Great backdoor cut. Right.
And the Stars have been able to keep it about the same score as far as difference in the score, about a 10, 12-point lead. They've kept it there the second half. Just haven't been able to eat into it very much yet. Yep. Fonda just a little too far under the basket on that one.
This game kind of has a feel, it's starting to become a West Kentucky game here a little bit now. A little up and down. Kind of get these guys, get these in their flow.
See on the replay here, just a beautiful shot there by Carruthers. Nice take as he went down the floor.
That was, yeah, really nice, smooth, underhanded layup.
And that basket cut the lead to 10. Just a little over 13 minutes remaining in the second half. Still plenty of time. If we can get some stops on the defensive end and a few quick baskets, the Stars could turn things around here quickly. Just not like that. Tristan Jarrett with a drive, basket, and a foul.
I tell you what, Three Rivers, they have a cupboard full of weapons. That is for sure. I mean, every one of these guys is a threat.
Absolutely.
And it seems like they can all shoot. They're all great shooters.
As we talked about there at halftime, 10 of them scored in the first half. So it's nice to have that kind of depth coming off your bench and not losing anything once you're pull a starter or two.
Nice balanced attack. Three Rivers picking up full man here.
Long three-point attempt there by Bell.
With the rebound. Oh, and a nice no-look pass. Just kind of got bobbled a little bit.
With a held ball, and possession arrow is pointing to Three Rivers.
Three Rivers comes down in the exact same set they were in just the previous possession.
And Carruthers, nice rebound, and took it the length of the floor, just couldn't finish.
Couldn't finish it.
Fortunately, a turnover on this end, so it'll be Stars basketball. Number 4, Titus Fields, will be checking back in for West Kentucky.
Chance for West Kentucky here to come down and get this thing back within 11, 10 points here. It seemed in the first half that about every trip to the Three Rivers end of the floor resulted in points somehow. And West Kentucky stringed together here a few stops, forced some misses. Smith with a take.
Gray sticking with it, just can't get it to go.
After it. Tell you what, I love the intensity here. West Kentucky, several nice rebounds.
Foul there was on the Raiders, number 3, Johnson, and that's going to put Lamont Bell at the line for West Kentucky. And again, we're in the double bonus, so from here on out, the Stars will shoot 2 each trip to the foul line.
Bell cuts the lead down to 12. Cut it to 11 here and see if they can put together another stop.
Coach Chumbler up, encouraging his players. He knows how important it is for them to start getting stops immediately, and they may have just almost had one. Very nice, strong rebound by Bell.
Absolutely. Who's not a big guy by any stretch.
And we went back down to our big guy, Morrissey, down low with a bucket.
And lead down to single digits, and kind of like we talked at halftime, West Kentucky's putting together some stops. It's got to start at the defensive end.
Nice.
And look at here,
nice
right
hands.
on cue, another one. And draw another foul. Chance to go to the line, 1-1. Man, it's defense. Everybody worries about offense. Everybody wants to shoot threes. Everybody wants to, get the dunk. And man, hey, you have to score points. But you know what? If you, I always say, on any given night, that ball may not go through the basket. But if you play strong defense, if you can stop the other team from scoring, you always have a chance.
Absolutely. And as we talked about, Jamie, this is kind of what we've been looking for. Some stops, some turnovers on the offensive end for the Raiders. Quick transition, either layups or, in this case, Morrissey being fouled on the offensive end, and that can get you back into the ball game.
It really, you get the sense that West Kentucky, they're playing with a little more sense of urgency here all of a sudden at both ends of the floor.
Yes.
Yeah, Dre gives up a little cheap one there. Yeah, I mean it was a cheap one, but it was a foul. He bumped him with the lower body. Yeah, probably not what Coach Chumbler wanted on his end of the floor. That far away from the Three Rivers basket, but hey, it's hard to give Smith too hard of a time. He's busting his tail out there.
Yes, he does.
Just trying to make a play. But unfortunately, it results in handing Three Rivers some free points.
Right. Unfortunately there. You have the 9th team foul on West Kentucky, so it was a 1-and-1.
Okay. And a 1-point possession that's better than a 2-point possession.
Absolutely. Lead back to 10 for the Raiders.
West Kentucky probing here. Shot clock down to 10. Morrissey, strong board, and
there you go.
The and one machine.
That
Marshawn Morrissey.
Absolutely.
Wow. I mean, that's 3 that I know of, and I feel like I'm missing some there. He can take a lick and finish the shot.
We'll take a break. West Kentucky basketball.
One of the things that was valuable to me with the education I received with mechanical engineering is problem solving. I use problem solving every day, whether it be dealing with a personnel issue or whether it be dealing with something that's failed within the facility. Some of the reasons I came to WKCTC were, for one, the affordability, but then also the fact that there's fewer distractions here. My degree with WKCTC has been able to improve my life significantly because of all the extra resources that were available to me and a lot of the things I've been able to accomplish that I wouldn't have without this degree.
Welcome back to Haws Gymnasium here on the campus of West Kentucky Technical and Community College. We're watching a great game today between our West Kentucky Stars and the Three River Raiders. Very excited right now because the Stars have cut the lead to 8. Mr. Morrissey again down low in the post. Went up strong, hit the bucket, was fouled, and he's going to be at the free throw line as we resume play, shooting 1.
Has a chance to cut this lead to 7, which will be as close as it's been since, sometime there in the first half. So
I believe that is correct.
And we remember we were talking in the first half that with West Kentucky, a lot of times it seems like the game starts changing about halfway through the second quarter. And take a look at what's happening with the time on the clock. Got 10 minutes to go in the game. We're approaching the fourth quarter of the game, and West Kentucky gets the lead back down to 8. I really like the sense of urgency they're playing with. West Kentucky electing to switch on that screen. Shot's going to be short. Oh, you want to have that rebound right there.
Not a time you want to give away an offensive board. But new possession and new shot clock for the Raiders.
And West Kentucky comes up with a big stop on the defensive end. Push the issue, get some simple transition points here.
Couldn't quite convert on the offensive end. It'd been nice to have gotten that down to 6 points. That looked like he bounced, and he just stepped out of bounds.
He did twice. It's right here beside us, Paul, and I mean, the officials missed the first one. He touched that baseline. They didn't see that one, but that time he turned around and did it again. Yes. Stuck his whole foot out. So,
glad they saw it the second time.
I'm a defensive coach. I love defense, so I'm loving to see this.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm loving to see.
They have definitely amped up the intensity, as you have referred to.
See West Kentucky dig those heels in the ground, get some stops.
And if we can convert on the offensive end.
Donald on the attack. Oh, can't complete. Look at this hustle.
Like to see him on the floor.
Like that hustle. Smallest man on the rebound.
Looks like we're going to have an offensive foul, unfortunately. DeAntrell Beard called for the foul away from the ball.
Yeah. Felt Beard pushed, I guess, on that particular play, but looks like Coach Chumbler saw it differently.
I didn't see it, and I agree with Coach Chumbler.
Yeah, I do too. I think Coach Chumbler has a point.
Absolutely.
And that so we're in double bonus now. Three Rivers, both teams in double bonus. So
everybody will shoot 2 from here on out. This is Khalil Johnson at the line for the Raiders, having been fouled there on the offensive end. Comes down to this end and hits the first of 2.
Once again, you can live with a 1-point possession.
Absolutely. If you can get a bunch of 1-point possessions, as long as we can convert now on the offensive end. Oh! And that, my friend, is a conversion.
What a shot.
DeAntrell Beard.
Oh, I love it.
That's the kind you want to pull out your announcer voice on.
There you go. Oh.
When they have a play like that.
I believe Coach Tumbler needs to run this 4-point play again. That was a great play call.
Absolutely. Excellent coaching there by Coach Tumbler.
Exactly the way he drew it up.
Alex Van Hook, number 3, I think coming in. I don't remember seeing him in the first half, if Alex came in the first half or not, but Mr. Van Hook entering the game for the Stars.
And he completes the coveted 4-point play.
Impressive.
Paul, this is going to be fun.
It is.
It's going to be fun. I'm getting goosebumps right
Absolutely.
here. We got a 5-point game, 8 minutes to go, and the West Kentucky Stars, they have dialed it up, the intensity, and I mean right on cue, a block at the basket.
They have fought their way back into this ball game. They were down by as many as 14 in the second half, and they've cut it to 5.
They have, and it started on the Three Rivers end of the court, end. That's getting defensive stops and coming down, attacking the basket, getting to the line, making their free throws, little by little. It's not been a get it all at once. And,
right.
Unfortunately, us coaches, players, everybody wants to get the big bite and get it all at once. But sometimes you just got to get little nibbles, just a little here, a little there. So.
And another 1-point possession.
There you go.
On this trip down the floor, and we'll, like you said, we can live with those.
That's right.
6-point lead with 8:40 remaining in the second half. 81-75, Three Rivers.
I really like the looks of this number 1 player right here.
That kid, he seems like he was well coached in his.
Wow, I don't even know how that shot didn't go in.
Exactly. I thought for sure we were looking at another 3-point opportunity.
Tell you what, Beard's kind of found his groove here all of a sudden. He's making some plays.
He has definitely made an impact here in the second half.
A 4-point and 1 play the last trip. I thought he was going to have a 3-point and 1 right here. But that shot just didn't fall in. It's all right. Take 2.
Don't see too many of those 4-point plays.
Not many.
Those are pretty rare.
They're
impressive.
Fun.
They are fun.
As long as it's your team.
Yeah. Absolutely.
When you stand there and watch your kid foul the other and give him a 4-point play, that's kind of one of the worst things imaginable. It's not as much fun.
Definitely.
And look at what we got here. West Kentucky's going to pick up a little full man.
Full court man to man. Try to put a little pressure on them.
Probably the goal here is just slow them down a little bit coming down the floor. Oh, got a hand on the ball.
Absolutely.
And
Dre
we got
with
another
a good position on the rebound. Oh. My
gosh,
very
what a
nice.
Pass.
Beautiful pass, beautiful finish by Lamont Bell. We've cut the lead to 2.
Look at this.
81-79, crowd getting into the game.
Goosebumps coming back. This shot's perfect.
What an answer.
Man.
Tristan Jarrett.
That kid. It's going to be fun, Paul.
It is. You're watching West Kentucky Star basketball.
Three Rivers.
The Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship offers 100% free tuition at West Kentucky Community and Technical College for courses that can prepare you for a great job in as little as 13 weeks. Get started at workreadykentucky.com.
Welcome back to Haws Gymnasium. You are watching an exciting West Kentucky Star basketball game. 7:48 remaining in the second half. Stars have cut into a 14-point lead and currently trail by 5.
And Paul, what's hard in these cases, is to be an announcer and not turn into fanboy, because fanboy mode wants to come. But look who they go to.
Indeed.
Mr. Beard has delivered in the second half and flexes both muscles coming back.
Absolutely, as well he should.
He's feeling pretty good about himself right now.
He has definitely been one of the primary reasons they're back in this ball game.
I tell you what, he is nimble on those feet. A big, strong kid like him. And West Kentucky forces the travel. Going to get the ball back, down 3, 7:10 to go. Anybody's ball game right now.
Absolutely. But you're right. When a game like this, it's hard to just announce and not get into the excitement of the action of what you're watching on the floor.
Got an attack. You know, you just kind of feel like in this game the tide has turned a little bit. All of a sudden now it's West Kentucky making the defensive plays. It's West Kentucky on the offensive end putting the ball on the deck, drawing fouls, and free throw shooting is going to be really important coming down the stretch.
Absolutely, and a good man to have at the line in a situation like that, Mr. McDonald, and he hits the first of 2. And with this one, he can cut the lead to 1, and does.
Closest West Kentucky's been, I don't know, what, halfway through the first half maybe?
Yeah, I would say.
Okay, let's see what they can do on the defensive end here. It's been really good so far. Nice rotation by McDonald. Oh boy, he's really got a pretty shot.
Chris Stocks. Very, very nice.
Nice
good 3-point shooter and a good mid-range jumper right there.
Absolutely. Just beautiful pick, beautiful
Mr.
pop right there.
Beard taking it strong.
He's just mad at himself that he didn't get the N1 play.
Exactly.
You know?
He's used to those. He'll take another trip to the foul line, and again, been a big part of this comeback for the Stars in the second half. He'll be shooting 2.
You know, Paul, I mean, you think we could go to the scores table and the officials and maybe just get them to stick 5 more minutes on this game? I mean, this is fun.
This is fun.
I don't have any place to be this evening. You know, let's drag this thing out another 5 minutes.
Put a little more time on there, unless we get to the end and the Stars are ahead, then we might not want to add any time.
There you go. Yeah. We'll just go ahead and call it there. I like that plan.
But yeah, this has just been a lot of fun to see them scratch and claw and get back in this thing and again cut it to 1.
West Kentucky wanted a 30-second timeout there, didn't get it. Oh, crucial mistake. Crucial mistake. West Kentucky was wanting a 30. The refs didn't see it. And Dre Smith and another West Kentucky player was still at the other end, you know, kind of in the meantime, you got Three Rivers getting the ball down to their end of the court and getting a wide open 3. So that hurt.
We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching West Kentucky Star basketball.
The Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship offers 100% free tuition at West Kentucky Community and Technical College for courses that can prepare you for a great job in as little as 13 weeks. Get started at workreadykentucky.com.
After I retired, I needed a purpose. The main reason I came back to school was to be a role model for my son. West Kentucky, they literally guided me all the way.
Game. It's fun.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're back at Haws Gymnasium here in the midst of a timeout. 6:09 remaining on the clock in the second half. Big three-pointer just hit by Three Rivers by number 20, Chris Stocks, that extended their lead to 4, 89-85.
Wow, you know, on that play, Coach Chumbler was wanting a 30 right there, and Dre, for his coach, was, you know, he was signaling the shoulders, wanting the 30-second timeout. Officials didn't see it. Three Rivers keeps playing. Little mistake there by Dre. Stayed back trying to make the call, and at that point, the ball's live. It's not going to be made, and Three Rivers plays a little 5-on-4 game and gets a 3-point play. Oh, great play call by Chumbler coming out of the timeout.
Nice follow-up and tip in there by Morrissey.
Great wall by Morrissey.
Beautiful.
Morrissey, after a great shot, comes down, makes a great defensive play, and just walls up.
Oh, Dre, nice look inside. Morrissey.
And one. Dre with the driving kick. Morrissey finishes with the and one play. Wow.
Marshawn Morrissey.
Man, those big bodies of Morrissey and Beard. Wow. I mean, that is 2 strong kids. They can flat take a lick and finish the play.
Absolutely. That bucket ties the ball game at 89, and Morrissey at the line could give the Stars the first lead they've had since early in this ball game. 5:40 in the clock running, 1 point lead. Oh, and nice hustling defense by Mr. Smith on the defensive end. And you guys couldn't see it, but his high school coach was fist pumping because he likes watching his former players play strong D.
He does. He does. Yeah, you know, realizing the camera's not on us, so I can be a little bit more
absolutely
animated, right?
You can. And if that was one of my players, I'd be doing that as well. As I mentioned earlier, I've only announced Dre as a PA announcer in some tournament games, and I was really proud of him coming out here and watching him play that first game, so I can imagine what it's like for someone who coached him for a couple of years in high school.
Oh, mercy. Three Rivers ran that to perfection.
Hayden Sprinkle, I tell you, Sprinkle or Stocks, either one, you don't want to see him squaring up and having time to take off on those threes.
Man, that combination of Beard and Morrissey down low,
that's tough.
Again, you know, I mean, Three Rivers has got a cupboard full of fast, quick, great shooting athletes. But, you know, West Kentucky says, well, in our cupboard, we've got two bruisers, and we're going to just come at you with those. We're going to those guys. And it's paid off.
It absolutely has. I'm not sure how many trips Mr. Morrissey has made to the free throw line today, but it has been several. Many of them have been opportunities for three-point plays. This one was not, but he is shooting two, and again, just being aggressive and taking the ball strong to the hole. 92-91. Clock ticking down, close to 5 minutes left in the second half.
Nice. Yep. Looks like they got Dre on that drive and dish down low. Looks like Dre kind of stuck his rear.
Yeah.
Stuck his rear right there into the defender. And
nice drive by Jarrett. Looked inside and found Lucas and put him at the line. And again, both teams in the double bonus, so each trip to the line will be that each player will shoot two.
Three Rivers extends that lead back up to 3. With the ball and spread offense, playing a little 4-out, 1-in action.
Deep three-pointer there taken by McDonald, just a little long. And we're going to have a foul, looks like, on Morrissey.
That's a cheap one. Don't want to give that. You're going to give Three Rivers opportunity now. You know, pad that lead 2 points, 2 additional points.
Second personal foul on Morrissey, and he's going to send Khalil Johnson to the line for the Raiders, and he shoots 2. Yeah. First one rolled
Maybe it
around.
wasn't such a bad foul after
maybe
all.
Not. Maybe not.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, this last minute or so of this game has, I mean, been stretched out with the foul calls.
Yes.
So it turns out maybe that wasn't such a bad foul. That was a possession-changing foul is all that was.
Mr. Beard showing off his handles there.
He does. They're not bad.
No, really not for a big man especially. Oh. A little up and down called there on Mr. McDonald. So that's going to give the ball back to the Raiders. Quincy going to stay there and give a little full court pressure. Big three-point basket by Jarrett.
Wow. Once again, Jarrett, when they need a shot, makes it.
We'll take a break with them. You're watching West Kentucky Star Basketball. And ladies and gentlemen, we're back at Haws Gymnasium here at the end of a timeout. 4:22 remaining in the second half. 97-91. Three Rivers is in front of our Stars, but the Stars have been scrambling and scrapping and have fought back into this ball game, looking for an exciting finish here, Jamie.
Oh, I tell you what, it's been fun. And, you know, we were talking about adding time and dragging this game out, but I believe the foul calls is dragging the game out.
Yes.
That was the longest minute and a half coming off of that clock. I can remember several foul calls both ways, both teams in the double bonus. Like we said, it's going to come down to getting some stops and making your free throws.
Absolutely. Stars with possession on their end and tried to feed it into Morrissey. Unfortunately, turned the ball over. And Fonda converts on the other end.
Makes them pay.
And now an offensive foul on the Stars' end of the floor.
Smith maybe trying to, you know, make a little too much happen right there.
Realizes time is short, trying to make a play, and just a little out of control and got the charging foul. Under 4 minutes, 8-point lead for the Raiders.
And you better check that, man.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Really nice
Fonda.
pass there and basket by Fonda, and they've, in the blink of an eye, it's back up to a 10-point lead.
Fonda has made some crucial shots at crucial times. That time he makes a crucial drive and dish at a crucial time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That tandem of Fonda and Jarrett, those two guys work really well together.
And that was a nice look inside there by Jarrett, who found Willie Lucas, who couldn't convert the basket but did pick up the foul, and he'll go to the line for two. Well, the Stars fought hard and struggled to get back into this game and were back into the game. And then all of a sudden, just a few mistakes, few turnovers, and the lead's back up to 11. Titus Fields will check back in for West Kentucky.
Yeah, about as quick as they took that 1-point lead. I mean, 2 blinks later, and we're looking at the score clock and back down 11. Chance to extend it to 12. Still plenty of time with as fast as West Kentucky and both Three Rivers play. Still plenty of time to, West Kentucky rattling off 10, 11, 12 points in a couple of minutes' time is nothing.
Absolutely.
Just going to have to come up with the stops. Might see Chumbler now maybe, turn that press back on to try to speed this up and speed up Three Rivers shot taking. Just try to gain some more possessions.
Oh, my.
Bad decision there.
Well, Mr. McFarland made a mistake with a bad pass, but made up for it on this end and was able to take the charge.
Coach Bess, he may be 80-something years old, but there's still fire in that belly.
Yes, sir. He was not happy.
He was quick to share his disapproval.
Yes.
And remove him from the floor after that play.
I will verbally show you my disapproval, and then I will take you out of the game to show you again.
I believe he was saying we have an 11-point lead and just regain the possession, and no reason to have to.
Why would you do that?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Back
you
it out.
Brought the ball out. Yes. Run some time off the clock. In the meantime, Morrissey with a basket on the other end, and now a steal on this end.
And now you can see why West Kentucky turns it right over. I was going to say, now you can see why Coach Bess was upset, because it did result in a West Kentucky score. And then West Kentucky got another stop, but turned around and threw the ball away there into the floor. Sound ball club, this Three Rivers team.
They are. And you can, as we have talked about several times, you can tell just how well coached they are. Good ball movement. They generally.
Guess who?
Yes.
I saw him square up, and I said, uh-oh.
Yes, anytime you see Mr. Stocks or Mr. Sprinkle, squaring up that way, you could be in trouble. Both very deadly from three-point land. Dre going to try to answer. And we're under 2 minutes. 105 to 93 lead for the Raiders. And they have the ball. Don't know that Coach Best necessarily wanted a three-pointer.
That's what I was going to say. You have to question that shot selection. Goodness.
Nice
Kentucky. Well, Three Rivers handed them one on a silver platter with that speedy 3 miss.
Yes, they did.
West Kentucky just unable to convert it into some points at their end of the floor.
Basket by Lucas. And he's going to have a chance for a three-point play with a foul there on Dre Smith. I thought Dre actually had position.
I kind of did too. And, he had his right arm tangled up there. I'm with you. I kind of thought he had position. That could have been over the back.
We'll just keep it here during this timeout and talk a little bit about what we're seeing and what has happened at this point. We got 1:12 remaining in the ball game. 107-93 lead for the Raiders. It's been exciting, Jamie.
It has.
These guys really scrapped in the second half, fought, really played tough, aggressive defense, caused some turnovers, and got back in the game. Even took a 1-point lead, but suddenly thereafter, Three Rivers decided, okay, we're not gonna let you guys take that lead and extend it. We're going to get back in this thing and extend the lead back to where it was.
They, this Three Rivers team, great ball club. I mean, great shooting from the guards. Mr. Jarrett. I mean, every time that, it seems like West Kentucky has established themselves, Jarrett says, "Oh, okay," and drops a big three, or drives and sets up a teammate like Fonda,
Absolutely.
who's a strong finisher. I love West Kentucky's fight. I love their will to win and their relentless attitude. They got down, I don't know, as much as, what was it, maybe 14 points.
Yeah, I believe about where it is now.
Clawed back, cut it to 1. When you're playing a team as good as Three Rivers, got to minimize your mistakes.
Absolutely.
And if they make one, in a rare occasion they make one, you got to make them pay.
Absolutely.
At times, West Kentucky's been able to do that, and
they did.
Other times, just hasn't happened. But great effort by both teams.
Strong drive there by Daniels and a basket.
West Kentucky's going to pick up full man here. Try to force some turnovers, a little run and jump, and it pays off. Dre Smith with the rebound.
Good look.
Beard with the three and
deep
drops
three-pointer,
it.
and it's good.
He shoots the ball really well.
He really does. And we'll see what Three Rivers wants to do here. Looks like they're going to try to run a little clock with a 10-point lead and under 30 seconds remaining in the ball game.
And Daniel commits the clock stopping foul there.
Lamont Bell will come back in for the Stars here for the remaining seconds of the game.
I really love the effort from West Kentucky. Love their fight. Get back in the game. You got to, at this point, you got to give hats off to Three Rivers. Heck of a ball club, coached by a legendary coach who has displayed still very much plenty of fire left in that belly, and he's done such a good job with this program. They're good year in and year out, and he's got his son there, one of his assistants, and you have to believe probably in line to take over after Dad. When Dad decides to pass the torch.
I would imagine so, and certainly Dad has laid a great foundation for him to continue to build on when that time comes. And a quick foul after the inbounds pass will put the Raiders back at the line for 2. 10-point lead with 17 seconds.
West Kentucky unwilling to bend yet, still playing hard. Got to love that out of these kids and the program. We're not going to be done yet. We're going to keep pressing. We're going to keep trying to score. We're going to do what we can. I saw Reggie Miller do it one time against the New York Knicks. So anything is possible.
Yes.
Anything is possible. Sometimes you just need a little bit of luck, favorable whistle.
As long as there's time on the clock.
And look at here.
You still got a chance. It's Dickerson there at the line. Missed the first of the 2 and missed the second.
Yep.
So clock.
Good foul call.
Clock running.
Was going to shoot the 3.
Deep 3 there by Carruthers. And looks like this time they're going to just let it run out.
That was it.
And the clock will run out on a very exciting game here at Haws Gymnasium. Your final score will be Three Rivers 110 and the West Kentucky Stars 100. Coach, your prediction there of triple digits definitely came to fruition. That one definitely came. Have to be proud of them, though. Yep. Here in the second half, they were down by as many as 14 early on in the first 5 minutes or so of that second half, and really fought back, got really aggressive. You could just almost feel the aggressiveness on the defensive end, and it caused turnovers, and it caused more aggression as they would get those turnovers on the run. And got many fouls on the other end, free throw opportunities, 3-point plays. Got them back in the ball game, just couldn't quite hold on to the end.
Yeah, I'm really proud of the kids' effort. I mean, you just got a hats off to Three Rivers. That's a heck of a good team right there. Played really strong today, and good teams find a way to win. Even when it's not going their way, they'll hold strong and find a way to win.
We'll take a break and come back and talk a little more about post-game coverage. You're watching West Kentucky Star basketball.
The Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship offers 100% free tuition at West Kentucky Community and Technical College for courses that can prepare you for a great job in as little as 13 weeks. Get started at workreadykentucky.com.
We are back in Haws Gymnasium, the conclusion of a very exciting West Kentucky Star basketball game between the Stars and the Three River Raiders. Raiders coming out on top 110-100. I'm here with Coach Jamie Matting. Coach, give me some insights there. We saw some really tough play, got them back in the ball game in the second half. What was the downfall down the stretch?
I think the downfall down the stretch was just a really good Three Rivers team that's got a cupboard full of great basketball players.
Absolutely.
And that's not to take anything away from West Kentucky, who has some nice studs themselves. But, good teams find ways to win. And good programs, even when it's not going their way, they'll find ways to win. And but, to look at West Kentucky, I was so impressed with they got down by 14 points. They kept fighting. They did it on the defensive end. They got the stops they needed, came down on the offensive end, attacked the basket. The threes that came were inside-out passes. It's unbelievable how that three-point percentage increases when the pass comes from the inside out. Love the way West Kentucky continued to fight and play with a little bit more sense of urgency, it seemed like, in the second half, which is what I feel, showed itself, manifested itself on the defensive and the offensive end. Love the way that they fought themselves back in the game, but Three Rivers had an answer. It just seemed like every time that West Kentucky would make a good play, Mr. Number 4, yes. Fields was right there to just knock down Mr. Number 4, Jarrett, was right there to just knock down a big shot. And the combination between him and number 14, I believe it was, Jarrett, and number 12, Fonda. Yes. Boy, those two guys right there, they're a handful for Three Rivers.
They were a handful, and then you had the two guards that could knock the eyes out of the socket with three-point shooting with Stocks and Sprinkle. So just a tough all-around good balance. We're gonna take a break and come back with some final end of the game stats with Gary. You're watching West Kentucky Star basketball.
One of the things that was valuable to me with the education I received with mechanical engineering is problem solving. I use problem solving every day, whether it be dealing with a personnel issue or whether it be dealing with something that's failed within the facility. Some of the reasons I came to WKCTC were, for one, the affordability, but then also the fact that there's fewer distractions here. My degree with WKCTC has been able to improve my life significantly because of all the extra resources that were available to me and a lot of the things I've been able to accomplish that I wouldn't have without this degree.
The Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship offers 100% free tuition at West Kentucky Community and Technical College for courses that can prepare you for a great job in as little as 13 weeks. Get started at workreadykentucky.com.
We are back at Haws Gymnasium just having watched an exciting West Kentucky Star basketball game between the Stars and the Three River Raiders. Unfortunately, the Stars on the short end of this game losing 110 to 100. We've got Gary McLean here, our statistician and scorebook keeper. Gary, give us some of the stats from tonight's game.
All right, gladly here. We got Javante Daniel had 2 points tonight. Dre Smith had 13. Mike Crothers had 4. Alex Van Hook played, didn't score. Titus Fields had 2. Duntrell Beard had 25. Quincy McDonald had 16. Jashad Fleming had 0. Let's see, Lamonte Bell had 4. Al McFarland had 6. Then we had Marshawn Morrissey had 28 for high man tonight. Then we have for Three Rivers, we had Jama that had 3. We had Johnson had 11. We had Tristan Jarrett had 29. We had Aratimi 3. We had Fonda 17. Stocks had 13. Sprinkle had 11. Lucas had 15. Parker had 4. And Hines had 4. So they had a very balanced scoring. I mean, at least almost every one of their players scored. So
we talked a little bit about it at halftime. They already had 10 of their players at halftime who had at least scored 1 basket. Just very balanced scoring.
Very balanced scoring.
And that's really, I think, what gave them the advantage in this ball game. The strength they had off the bench. Their bench players, you couldn't tell much difference between them and the starters. When they came in, they didn't lose a beat.
They didn't lose a beat. Yeah, they didn't miss anything after that. I totally agree with that. Totally.
Stars are continuing to improve. I definitely saw some improvement in tonight's game. The first game they played, we got killed on the offensive boards.
Exactly.
They've really improved there, giving the other team just one opportunity down the floor. But and they fought hard in the second half.
They fought very hard. They took the lead in the second half, 90 to 89. And then all of a sudden, Three Rivers just exploded again, and jumped back out to about a 12-point lead. So
absolutely. They Three Rivers has a good ball club, a coach who's a legend in community college basketball. Coach Gene Best, been there over 40 years, and you could tell by the way they played, they were a very well-coached ball club.
Exactly. Well-mannered, well-coached, and you never see the gentleman get excited. He got a little excited once tonight. I thought that was pretty funny.
It was. It's neat to see a guy's been coaching 50 years and still has a little fire in his belly.
He did.
One of his players did something he was not very happy about, and he let the player know, jumped up off the bench and let him know without any doubt how he felt about what he had just done. So, well, it's been an exciting game. Gary, appreciate you always coming in and sharing the final stats with us and the scores and who did what. But it's been an exciting game here today. Again, the final 110 for the Three Rivers Raiders, 100 for the West Kentucky Stars. We encourage you to tune back in on Thursday night. Will be our next ball game, 7 o'clock. Hope you'll tune in and watch West Kentucky Star basketball. Tune back in next Thursday night. You're watching West Kentucky Star basketball.